And I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series here on the PS5. Tonight we are heading to the land of the rising sun. We're heading to Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. And things really do need to start improving quickly. We've had two double DNFs back to back effectively. Well, Mick did finish Italy, but outside of the points, we've lost a potential 88 points in the last two Grand Prix. It's not good. It can't continue. The only saving grace from last night was the fact that no points for Red Bull either. But it's starting to get expensive having to replace all these parts, after every Grand Prix. So that in itself is a reason why things need to improve. But also, I don't want the risk the other teams catching up again. So I want to finish this championship strongly, and I want to get the titles won as quickly as we can, for obvious reasons. As you can see, we are still 122 points clear of Red Bull. As I say, we were very much targeted by Red Bull last night, and they took out both of our cars, but it ended up with Max not finishing at all, and Leclerc finishing way outside the points. So now you see no change in the driver's standings either. We still have that 77-point lead over Max. Mick missing his opportunity to move back into second as he was torpedoed violently by Verstappen last night. And Leclerc still lagging behind, 45 points behind Mick. So, yeah, let's try and get back into the points, back to winning ways tonight if we can. How you doing, Mr. Water? How you doing, Victor? Good to see you guys. We have 4 days to go, and it is going to be a slightly soggy Grand Prix. Maybe I should have called the stream Soggy Suzuka. Maybe not. Let's see. I have got some bits, I think, going through in the warehouse. I've got one chassis. Is the other one going to be ready in time? No, it is not. It absolutely is not. Okay, that is not good. On the floor, 7 days away. None of these parts are going to be ready by the look of it. Yeah. We've got no spare parts, effectively, for this Grand Prix. What we have is what we have. So, one spare front wing, 2 spare rear wings, no spare side pods, no spare underfloors, no spare suspensions, and no spare Mark IV chassis. We will have, I think, one spare Mark III, which is what's currently fitted to Mick's car. In fact, it's only one Mark II. One Mark III spare, so it's not good. It's not good at all. We had so many parts we've had to replace in short order. Luckily, we haven't had to replace powertrains, but right. Let me take a quick check of our facilities again. See if anything in here needs a refurb. Still not close enough for those yet. How much is it going to cost? 32 mil to max the design centre. That's a bit much. Evening, Raver. How are you? Okay, the CFD simulator is now maxed up to level 4. One level left. it is the day of the Grand Prix. Let's see how the car looks against the field. We do have a slight discrepancy between the two cars now, thanks to the change in chassis, but that's the only part that's off. So looking at Oscar's car against Mick's car, there you can see the ever so slight difference. Once again, we have been caught. We are no longer the fastest car at top speed. I bet that's Williams again. Our downforce is definitely starting to slip, which is a little bit of a shame. We do have new parts coming, which will hopefully address that. Still top in acceleration and DRS. Who has pipped us? It's not Williams. It's not Red Bull or McLaren. It's not Ferrari, despite them having some excellent form recently, or at least George having some excellent form recently. You can still see that car is still lagging. It's not Alpine. Is it Aston? No, it's not Aston. Who is quickest? Haas. Haas have got the fastest car now in terms of top speed, but they don't have everything else around it to really take advantage of it. So, okay, not too worried about Haas. Right. Targets for this Grand Prix, which would be nice if we can set them. Both into Q3, both into Q2. The incentive is 1 in top 4. Fastest laps, the incentive there. We'll certainly try. Finish position, I'm just going to go 2 in the top 10 tonight. If we can get both cars in the points, I'll be happy. New finish position streak, 2 in the top 6 for 2 races. And we've got a new quali streak. Well, we've got to finish off this quali streak, 2 in the top 8. If we do that tonight, we will earn 2.6 mil for completing that streak. Evening, Baron. Right, let's head to Suzuka.
Konnichiwa from the Suzuka circuit in Japan. The home of Honda, Suzuka is an old-school circuit with high-speed straights and tight turns through the S's. At 130R, the track crosses over itself, then loops back around, giving drivers a sweeping expanse of track to challenge them. Drivers will battle it out this weekend on the snaking turns of Suzuka, the only figure-of-8 track in Formula One. High-speed downforce will be the name of the game here, if teams want to secure a place on that podium.
It's Alpha Tauri at the top of the constructors' standings. And as we progress with round 17, we're well past the halfway point of the season.
So then, time to get back to the action.
Okay. Putting Ollie in the car at every opportunity now till the end of the season where we don't have sprint. We do have sprints coming up. The next 2 races are both sprints. Then it's Mexico, then it's Brazil, which is a sprint. And then regular racing again. So we've got, after tonight, 3 more opportunities to put Oscar in the car. Ollie in the car, even. We're going to go with soft tyres. Suzuka wants about 17 laps of fuel. We'll stick with that engine. We will put in that ERS. And we'll stick with that gearbox. No. We'll play it safe, just in case. We'll go to the older gearbox. Right, setup. Let's go with a 9, a 12.5, 3.7, a 3.45, and a 0. Right. Moving on, car 2. Hard tyres. Go with that engine. And that ERS. And we have to stick with that gearbox. No choice there. Right, 17 laps. Drop those pace settings down. And let's go with something a little bit different. Let's go with an 8, a 13.5, a 7.3 instead of a 3.7. 2 point, no, we'll go with a 3, straight flat 3 and a 0. There we go. Give us a couple of very different rear wings and see which one works. Alright, we have got wet weather, so I am going to put soft tyres on Oscar tonight as well. And let's set them out. Evening Cloud. Yeah, I'm hoping for a better result tonight as well.
Yep, radio check.
Yep, copy same.
Radio check.
Radio check loud and clear. A bit less curb.
Copy.
So, not a lot of information to really glean from real life practice at Japan today. First session was dry, second session was wet.
Rain's still coming.
Copy.
First session times are never really a great indicator, and of course, with only one session's worth of dry times, you can't really read too much into things. Sainz only a couple of tenths away from Red Bull. Mercedes half a second off. Oh, excuse me. But Hamilton surprisingly, surprised. That's not a very not a very good use of words there. Surprisingly surprised, but pleasantly surprised by how good the car felt in practice 1, considering that it was awful in high-speed stuff at places like Jeddah, and yet he was expecting it to be really, really bad here today, and had a decent first session. Whether or not that will translate across the rest of the weekend is anybody's guess. We know that is quite a capricious car, just not consistent, or not as consistent as it should be, as they were hoping it was going to be. A bit of an improvement from last year, but still lacking in fundamentals. Maybe Mercedes will have a decent weekend. I really hope that Ferrari will be quick again, and we'll be able to take it to Red Bull here at Suzuka tonight, this weekend.
Copy.
It was refreshing to see Ferrari having solid pace at the front at Melbourne, and I'd like to see if that's genuine or it's just because Max had an issue.
How does the track seem?
All right, rain is coming.
What do you think?
Ooh,
Yeah, copy.
57% with Oscar. That is not good. That is not good at all. 88% for Behrman. Better, but still some room to find. Okay, so the front wing is way off. We're off on the roll bar. Let's go with a 4.6 and a 7. Up that to a 3.5, and fingers crossed that is good. I don't see any reason why you'd need to. Russell is rated higher than Norris in this game at this point in my career. You know, I don't see any reason why you would need to. Oh, so far off. Okay, so we'll drop that to a 12.5. Actually, let's try the setup we just tried on Oscar's car. Let's go with the 9. The 3.7. A 3.45. That's too much. All right. So let's try the same setup we've got on Oscar's car. Could be it. That's the setup we just put on Ollie. Sorry, not Oscar. Yeah, let's give it a go. Nothing else to lose. Who has had a whoopsie?
So watch for debris through that.
Teo.
Now with the Haas. Oh, and there wasn't
he's dropped it at
that could be
spoon.
done to avoid crashing into the barrier. And that's one surefire way.
VSC. Stay positive on the delta.
Yeah, copy.
The virtual safety car ending.
Copy.
Big shunt.
Now this was the Alfa Romeo.
And now is that Vashaw doing the same thing?
Just
Yes,
flies
it
into
is.
that crash. And the team won't want to see
Exactly
that
the same
happen
thing.
again in these practice sessions.
How's the track?
94%. So we've got a little bit of an improvement there with Ollie, but we still need to find a little bit more.
How was the balance that time?
I was hoping we could get the car set for Mick, but he'll still have a little bit of work to do when he gets in.
It's very slippery. Copy.
Let's go with a 7.5. That one change could be everything we need. Right, what about Oscar? Ah, perfect. There we go. So we've got it absolutely spot on with Oscar. Good stuff. He'll run to the end of the, end of the session.
How's the tyre feeling?
I think the tyres are done.
Copy.
Oh yeah, those tyres are done. Well, they've done a lot of running. So Max will have a penalty, but that's not for hitting Mick. I don't think. Yeah, Mick's the one who got the penalty. So Mick's got a 3-place penalty. Max has got replacement part penalty by the look of it. Yeah, brand new everything for Max. So Max is going to be starting near the back of the grid. Something, I suppose. Oh, we are starting on Inters. Okay. It's going to stay wet the whole session. That's not ideal. So it's going to give me a lack of soft tyres. Unless I make sure that I bolt on the mediums for a short blast at some point. Or even the hards. Get those out of the way. Kind of like to save the hards on Mick's car till tomorrow. And that was all we needed to do with mixed car. Excellent.
Crash was completed.
Copy that.
All right, there we go. So that's Oscar done. I'm going to just quickly bolt on a set of mediums, just so it doesn't take 2 sets of softs from me at the end of this session. And I need to do the same with Mick right before the end. So yeah, had we not run these mediums like this, the game would have automatically taken 2 more sets of softs off us. As soon as we ran softs in the first session, that would have left us with very, very little tyres in the way of softs for qualifying / the race itself. Even though the race is going to be wet, it could be dry for a chunk of it. And I certainly want those softs for quali. Evening, Sidhu. We're going to be running the hards in this session on both cars. We don't need to run very long for Oscar. 18 laps is probably going to be more than enough. For Mick, I'm going to run for 35 laps of fuel. It's probably a little more than I need, but again, as I always say, better over than under when it comes to the fuel in practice. Juice is hit. How you doing?
Green light, green light.
Oscar is almost completely done. Just a couple more laps. There we go. Wonder if Leclerc's running new parts tonight as well. New ERS, his gearbox is going to play up. Russell. See, Russell's had really strong pace considering where his car was. Gearbox is a bit of an issue now. And again, look, Gasly's car, considering how quick he was last night. Stroll very fast in terms of powertrains. It's Albon and Sainz. They were both fighting for the podium last night as well. Not only Zeus, but Heracles as well. Okay. Take it Athena doesn't want to watch. All right, there we go. Practice is done. Both of our cars are as good as they're going to get for tonight. Let's send them to the grid for qualifying.
Our weekend continues with qualifying, as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
There are 3 periods of qualifying ahead of the drivers now. Remember, only the fastest 10 will make it through to Q3 for a shot at pole position.
If we could just talk about Mick Schumacher for a second. Given his recent form, how's he going to be going into this session?
I tell you what, it is tight between them and their teammate at the moment. Hopefully that'll bring out the best in both drivers this weekend and bring home points for the team.
Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
Okay, good bits going back on the car, and that means we are going to have to go to that engine now for Mick. A little earlier than planned, but not much of a choice. Same with that ERS unit. We'll go on that gearbox. Oscar still has choices of engines. He's going to go with that one. And we'll stick with that gearbox. Am I letting them fight? Probably not.
Should be green now.
I don't think we're going to be cruising to victory tonight. I think we're going to have to fight for it. So the last thing I want is to then slow my teammates down by fighting themselves as well.
Let's go there, set some lap times.
Yeah, copy.
And given the fact that we've now got Mick's final engine
Start to work on your
into
front tyres,
service,
brake
I
checks.
think it's very unlikely that the two of them are going to be fighting again for the rest of the season. Because come the end of the season, Oscar's going to have a clear power advantage. I don't want to buy a new engine for Mick. I don't want to spend 5 million of our development fund on a powertrain if I can help it. Of course, that decision may be out of our hands depending on what happens in the remaining 7 rounds, including this one.
Clear track ahead. Gonna push next lap.
So nobody ahead of you. You can go, go, go.
So we've got a little bit of traffic ahead in the S's, which is not a good place to catch the traffic. Although that's worked out quite nicely. Seem to get through there okay. We did manage to get past Hajar just in time. So it's a 125.991 for Schumacher. It's going to be quicker for Oscar,
Normal in-lap procedures, please.
but only by 500ths.
Run switch delta, stay negative. So cool as much as you can.
Copy.
And there is Verstappen. Oh, and Hajar's getting all kinds of hold up now. Oh, Hajar's lap is going to be terrible. So, George Russell crossing the line to start his flying lap. Let's see, can he keep his recent form going? He's been scoring well recently. Sainz is only a 10th behind Mick Schumacher. Oh, terrible lap for Giovinazzi. What happened to him? Why is he so slow?
Copy, pit entry. Pillars on. Stop on the marks, wait 2 seconds and switch off.
And where's Max? I don't see Max on track. Max is getting ruined. Good. Right, Russell coming out of the triangle up to the line. And he is half a second slower. Okay. We've got Perez also finishing his lap. Perez a little bit quicker, but not by much. Very fine margins, just 8 thousandths of a second faster than George. Here comes Norris. There's P7 for Norris. P12 for Max. His lap absolutely ruined, and I am not at all unhappy about that. Now Ocon's going to get his lap ruined. He gets past Max. Norris gets out of his way, but Ocon will have definitely lost some time there. Charles Leclerc is leaving the garage. We might not top the session at the end, but I think we've got enough to, in hand to stay in the garage now. Got Stroll leaving the garage just as Russell parks. Ocon goes P8. He was actually quicker than Norris. Might still be a little bit more time in that McLaren. Let's see, Vashaw has gone 8th, 6.5 tenths behind. Apart from Sainz, no one's got close yet. Although there have been some compromised laps that we've seen. That will change. This could well be the lap that changes that. This could be a pole position holder, this lap. Certainly a clean and smooth looking lap. Maloney goes 5th. Haas taking advantage of that new highest top speed. And there we go, yeah, Leclerc has gone top. But we still have enough in hand, so let's find Max. And hope he gets knocked out. Leclerc on an outlap as well, so the two of them are going to compromise each other here. I'll actually ride on board Leclerc so we can see all the times Max has to go defensively like this. Max is going to get away with it. It's actually catching up to the car in front there, which is McLaren. Max goes 4th. Leclerc doesn't improve. Sainz has improved up to 2nd. And that's it. Norris, Bottas, Albon, Gasly and Hajar are all out in the first session there. And now Russell is getting his lap absolutely ruined. So much traffic to fight through, but he's already through. And does not improve. All right, Q2. Same tyres. Giovinazzi is coming out as well. Right behind Oscar.
Okay, let's concentrate on that warm-up.
Heavy.
Obviously looking to try and get a slipstream from the back of us.
Start to work on the front tyres and brakes this lap. Copy.
All right, that is Max making his way out.
And track clear, track clear. So start.
He might get in the way of Mick through the S's.
Clear ahead. So you're good to push when you're ready.
Has my manager rating gone up yet? It doesn't change until the end of the season. Once the season's complete, you get a new manager rating. It was 8 at the end of season 3. It's up to like 200 and something, I think, now. I'm really hoping that we'll get a really big jump in the manager rating this season, considering how strong our results have been. Won the most races, leading both championships. But yeah, it was only 8 points at the end of season 3 because we weren't passing our objectives. We passed both last season. This season, we're on course to pass them both again. And of course, as I say, we're winning the championships at the moment. So if we're not at least 500, I'll be really, really unhappy. Max moves out of the way of Oscar. Mick has been on a very good lap here. Will be tight between the two.
Let's follow the delta. We will box at the end of
126.0. That's about on course with what we were doing last session. And wow, half a second
Delta,
nearly
keep it negative.
for Oscar. That's not a good lap for Oscar.
Yeah, copy.
I'm going to run them both again anyway, just to make sure they definitely get through. But yeah, not a good run. So it will be a clean run then for Max, no hold-ups. Which means he's likely to get through to the next session. That's a shame. I was hoping he'd go out in Q2, so he'd be definitely starting from the back of the grid. He may well be anyway. I'm not sure how many penalty parts he's taking. I've said it many times before. I'll keep saying it. The penalty system in this game needs to be improved so that you can actually see how many places drivers are being penalised by when you're looking at the markers. And there you see Max is just about 4/10 slower than Mick.
Pit limiter on.
Also running scrubs.
So let's attack the box, please. Stop on the marks, wait for 2 seconds.
Evening F1 analyst. A lot of traffic out there at the moment.
So good work on the brakes in the fronts now.
Copy.
Leclerc has gone quicker than Mick.